But, yeah.
Will you share with us something from your book, Held Together, for our audience so they can get a little excerpt into the book and your journey?
I would love to. Thank you. This is from a chapter called The State I Was In. I don't remember so much of those first days when I was in pain. Those days before and after the initial surgery are such a haze. I have clips of memory of being in the kind of pain that is above a person's threshold to bear, the kind of state where the hurt is more than you can handle. I have pictures of myself writhing in pain, screaming out when Mish attempted to administer my medication, or searching out anyone who could stop the ravages through my body. I remember arriving at the Joshua Tree Hospital and being helped into the ER as I couldn't walk by myself, and being escorted directly into the triage area, as it was obvious that I had no time to sit in a waiting room, and then fainting in front of the triage nurse. Did I faint? Or do the wisps of memory slip away into smoke at that exact moment? I have no concrete recollections after that for a long time. But what I do recall about my journey while in a coma is almost inexpressible with words. So far is it from our earthly human experience. If I can only download my heart and my mind. Dark, crisp, silent, serene. Bright pins of light everywhere. Stars, faces, eyes in those faces shining like those stars. Everlasting space that is all the quiet, but brilliant with sound. As if each cell is screaming out with song, yet there is absolute stillness. Clouds, too, wispy clouds of brilliant color, purple, blue, pink. There were no thoughts, no conversations. I spoke perhaps, but without words. We were all being in indescribable joy, but without emotion. Absolute presence. And we were all being. My grandmother, my Tete, became. She sat with me. There was no conversation. She just was. She was with me, being. She did point, and I did look. There was a bookshelf. It just appeared in space before me. It took my whole view and held my childhood treasures, my stuffed Winnie the Pooh, my wooden abacus, a book or two. My gaze slowly swept up the shelves and rested on the top one, only to see Yazzy's favorite book and snap. Immediately, I was in my body. I knew this was a choice I made, but no one asked, and no one told me that I needed to choose. I just knew I would be on Earth for my Yazzie. I still couldn't see, still was unable to rouse myself, but now I was aware of my body. There were loved ones all around me. I could sense them by their heat. You know when you're sleeping and someone comes into your room, you remain asleep, but you're aware of their presence? A warm spot, darker than the rest of space. This is what it felt like to be in a coma once I returned to Earth, to my body. I don't know how long I was in the other world. Apparently, I was in a coma for 6 days. The time spent in space seems like centuries in my soul. But what is time? How is one to gauge the difference between a journey and a long, silent sleep?